What's up? Nah, I'd do some running around first.
On the way, as EA Sports brings you the Patriots and Texans. Get ready for an AFC showdown. Brought to you by Madden NFL football.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas.
Okay, I am not losing this game again.
Football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the New England Patriots and the Houston Texans. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. About to get our first look at this Texans offense as they're led out by Davis Mills, their rookie quarterback, selected in the 3rd round from Stanford.
And for many people, a bit of a surprise
I can barely hear you.
Houston Texans was Davis Mills because he only had 11 starts during his time at Stanford. But coming out of high school, many ranked him as the #1 quarterback going into college football.
There we go.
A live arm, better mobility than what people think, highly intelligent. I think the upside is tremendous for Davis Mills.
Mills throw pulled in by Gronkowski. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mills.
Get him. There we go.
Are gonna get there. Down he goes. That's the rookie first-rounder Christian Barmore out of Alabama who fought through to bring him down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens.
Get him. Get him. There. Oh, fumble. Fumble.
He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. He won't get in, but they are going to have
There we go.
Great spot, 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. The Patriot offense ready for their first drive, led by Mac Jones, the Heisman Trophy finalist and 15th overall selection this spring from Alabama.
I want coach's suggestions. He's recording.
Unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
And no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamental touchdown.
There we go.
Patriots. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Extra point up and good by Folk, and that makes the score 7-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Yeah, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. First down, Mills. It's complete to Chris Conley. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mills on 1st down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A huge play there for Houston. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Yeah, the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Out of the gun, here's a give.
Come on.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested, because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
A look at the numbers for Mac from last week. 18 carries, 75 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
Second down and goal. Mills to the sideline and complete to Gronkowski. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 9 carries, 61 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up. On the give, this is Harris. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Jones. Flush to his right.
God damn it.
Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
Why do you guys suck at passing?
It'll lead to a fourth down. They'll break the huddle here
Fuck.
and go for it. This is fourth down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth.
I'm afraid I'm going for it.
Throwing Jones. He finds his man complete. That's Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Jerry Hughes on the stop.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them, run fit.
There we go.
Touchdown, Patriots. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after
They like to do that.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. A run by Mack to start the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit.
Wow, he's wide open.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Fucking coach's suggestions. Stop showing me that.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
Oh, my God.
A pass complete here to Conley. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another first down.
Yeah, because it looks like my defensive players ain't running. They're just kind of half-ass running.
A first down throw for Mills. It's complete. He's got Gronk. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Working with his 2nd and 4.
Let's go, D. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Mills to the air again.
Get him. Oh, fuck. There we go.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And you missed. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, off the pillar.
No, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
God damn it. Come on. Come on.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. The final shot before break.
Come on.
Jones. Touchdown.
Nice.
Julio Jones. As time expires in the first half. And the Patriots would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL. 5. From there, it's over to our nation's capital to check on the football team at home at FedEx Field. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Jameis Winston, 4 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Adam Thielen, a touchdown reception. Time now for a look at the next gen.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
These 2 clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So here are the Patriots to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Harris starts the drive on the ground, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And to the surprise of many, the New England Patriots made a huge splash in free agency. And on the first day, they added Hunter Henry from the Chargers. 5 years there, career-high 60 catches last year.
There we go.
Expects that number to go up in New England.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I even toned it down. Like, I turned it down to like 8 or something.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of
bounds.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I think it said at 20 or something. I think I took it down to 8 or 5. And they still happen a little too frequently.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking deep for
Wow, can you, like, throw it to the defender any better?
Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Motherfucker. It looked like he threw it to the defender on purpose.
But now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive?
That's right. We will take it back. Pick 6, motherfuckers.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Patriot defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying.
The defense is coming around. The offense is still retarded.
That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now out comes Houston. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have now looked...
Get him. There we go.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Dietrich Wise Jr. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Mills. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Yeah, Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Jones now off the play.
When are we going to
fake,
play what?
Escaping the pressure right. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And that is going to do
it
for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
I'm sure.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the third quarter in Tampa. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. They'll run the screen with Mack. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Mills now. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good 1st down call as the screenplay gets him 9. To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. Touchdown, Texans. Rob Gronkowski. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll take this ahead for about
How do I call for the catch?
Second down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit,
triangle.
Because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
No, I think you just got to hit it.
Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game.
There we go.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Patriots look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
I'm beating the Jets 35, or not the Jets, the Texans 35-10.
This drive will start at the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Mills. He's going to let it fly. Oh,
why?
Open, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Nobody around him.
Big
Nobody.
On that one. 36 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mills. He completes this one to Mack. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Open man is Cooks. He's got it.
Why are you guys giving him so much room?
Brandon Cooks. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Now Jones. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you can get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Harris going to get it again on second down.
I need a halfback. He fucking sucks.
Than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I'll tell you what, it has not been with a whole lot of frequency over the last couple of decades or so that teams have come into New England and escaped with a victory, but that's what happened here.
It almost doesn't feel real, does it?
We've seen it so few times.
That actually happened, right? We saw it. They came out of there with a win. And on the other side, in that locker room, you know what they're saying? We didn't really lose. Time just ran out on us. That's the attitude they have because they don't see it happen very often. Not even sure how to handle it.
And you see some stunned faces heading for the exits here in New England. So for the Pats, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll...
Hold the Cowboys to less than 250 yards passing. All right with that. Marcus Lawrence needs to calm down, though. Just for a game. Oh my God. Damian Harris with the dislocated wrist. Nice. Yeah, really. seriously drop his.
From 1971 to 1996, Dallas defeated New England in all 7 games. Since then, it's been all Patriots, winning all 6 meetings. The Cowboys try to even the series. Next.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes this Dallas offense, led by Dak Prescott in his 6th season now as the Cowboy quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
A first down throw for Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
52 catches last year for Zeke, and he's had as many as 77 in a year. I think he's hoping to get a little more stability in his offensive line and, of course, at the quarterback position. And if that happens, all his numbers will go up.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got...
No, I do follow, but they haven't been showing very much. Like, Mac Jones practicing, doing really well with that, but that's all I'm seeing.
As you said, 2 catches, so if they can get him going to the pack... Oh, Prescott!
Ooh! Prescott fumbled it, and I recovered it.
Time to get our first look at the Patriot offense and quarterback Matt Jones, the rookie out of Alabama, the number 15 overall pick in 2021.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And nothing much materializing there on the
Marcus
first down
Lawrence
run.
laughed at me and said, "Don't run."
2nd down and 8. On the handoff, Stevenson. And he's going to be taken
Finally get a good run, holding.
flag on the field.
Shit.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. From the gun, Jones. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler, Julio Jones. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff, Stevenson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down. And folks, kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into week 6.
I advanced a week, so you can play your game. I'm into the next game. I'm almost finished. I'm almost.
They are,
yeah.
Because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you're heading down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports.
Wow.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. The give is to Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
We got this.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A give to Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Prescott on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Let's go. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 13-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just
God
see the
damn it.
try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline.
Why did you stop running?
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Let's go.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Prescott to throw it. And he'll take it into the end zone
bullshit.
for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. That is knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit.
The fuck was that?
But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now Jones.
Oh my God.
Incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
This is so fucking
Patriots send
retarded.
out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. First down, Prescott.
Oh my God.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
What the fuck is going on?
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And
Yeah, fuck you.
Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Juwan Bentley. Just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And Crosby puts it through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We get started with 2 teams who took
I'm at
Oklahoma
halftime.
quarterbacks number 1 overall in both 2018 and 19. Arizona heading north to take on Cleveland. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front as that game draws closer to halftime. A.J. Green, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Leonard Fournette, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. 2 touchdown passes there for Russell Wilson. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half.
So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. With the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No. But you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Crazy flipping.
Stevenson gets it again on second down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Oh, great.
Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Throwing Jones. He completes it to Henry. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Now Jones on first down. Henry's got it out on the left side.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Thank you.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. A give for Stevenson, running right. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards to go on second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Here's Stevenson. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Stevenson is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Under a heavy
fucker.
rush, and down he goes. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
Oh my God.
Off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Yeah, it better be holding.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Prescott now.
All right.
Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Wide fucking open. Why?
And they work this well upfield.
Why?
The 45. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, Elliott trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Well, throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. A slant to Jones. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll run on 1st down. Stevenson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Again, it's Stevenson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 74 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running.
Touchdown.
Nice.
It's complete. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
No running.
I'm at the 2-minute warning now.
He'll maybe get a yard out of that.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. That one complete. Elliott.
Oh, motherfucker.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big play there on the screen pass. That's how you run the screen right there. The defenders get out of place, and then there's a lot of room to maneuver for your running back.
That's because all the defenders, or I should say the bulk of the defenders, were chasing the quarterback. Great disguise, great fake. Had the screen out there, turned into a large gain.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now Elliott.
Oh, my God.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down.
Good.
So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back.
Oh, no, he lost the
Oh,
football.
he fumbled it.
And it's picked up by the
Nice.
Patriots. And a big turnover.
Wow.
His guys will get the football back. Wow, so they were already in field goal range. Now this. And I believe
Oh,
the
booth
referee's
review.
big
Get the
buzz.
fuck
Yeah,
out
they
of
wanna
here.
Take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Fuck. Oh, okay. I'm not allowed to pick a play.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The kick by Crosby is good.
All I got to do is get into field goal range. That's all I got to do.
They have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle it? And he can't get a throw
You gotta be
away.
fucking kidding me.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Jones.
Wow.
Incomplete with 9 seconds now showing
Just
on the
wow.
clock. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Here's Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the defense
Total
has
fucking
it covered. It's
horseshit.
intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to
Fucking
seal this
horseshit.
football game. Well, we were on hand for a fun.
Dak Prescott sucks. Oh, that's right. My defense just kind of half-ass runs and gives them so much room, and it's like, this is fucking boring. Like, why are you doing this?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New England Patriots. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. On the return is J.J. Taylor. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is,
I saw this big hole, and I'm like, oh.
Right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run on 1st first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Total bullshit.
Throw incomplete.
Bullshit.
All over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receive.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, and caught by Henry.
I'll accept.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them.
Roughing the passer.
Their team that the penalty's going against, but you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Henry here. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Oh, bullshit.
That's the 2nd time in this opening drive alone that he's dropped a pass. We know that can't continue, but they got to determine what it's about. Is he just super amped for the game and maybe he'll settle in, or is his focus just not there?
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady game.
Back to throw. Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy,
it was like incomplete?
And dropped it. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it.
Oh.
Nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. Back deep for the Patriots, Gunnar Olszewski. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They
I don't know.
4-on-4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up.
Yeah, I don't know.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Off the play fake, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
What the fuck was that?
Defense, they came up with a couple big plays in this sequence.
Hell, I'm fucking
And none
going
better
for
than
it.
one right there, forcing the incompletion and
Fuck
bringing
this
up
shit.
fourth
I'm
down.
going for it.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They run for it with Harris. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
That's all I needed.
We're scoreless after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This is Harris. And this time
He fucking sucks.
backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones. Smith catches left side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ah.
This time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
All you did was touch my foot, and that's all it took.
Looking to throw. Jones. Into heavy
Oh my God.
intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins will take over here.
I wish my team wasn't fucking retarded.
That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's Tua. Rolling to his left. He's letting this one go for Fuller.
Get the fuck out of here.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Will Fuller, 71 yards. As
Oh my God.
First out of the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. On the return, it's Taylor. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Why am I on fucking goal line?
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now a pass here, caught by Hunter Henry. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's under 2 minutes.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw again. That's complete into the hands of Myers. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Jones. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing Jones.
Nope.
Open man is Bourne. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. And that is incomplete.
The fuck was that?
At this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. There's another example, another incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He completes it to Henry. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. The quick slant caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again.
Holy shit.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Jalen Phillips. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
Hell no, not at the end of the half.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation.
I want to leave my defense at home.
Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Tua on the move to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They've been trying. But they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line ready to go. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18.
now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range.
I tripped over him.
Defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. This is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry from 10 yards out. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is now 10-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Tua. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Steps away to his left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Miami. The return is Olszewski.
Oh, he's
so
slow.
Possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. New England on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Back to throw. Jones. And that is knocked
get the
away
hell
in the middle of the field and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
This is Gaskin on the carry, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Tagovailoa out to his left. And this would be intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Tua on 4th down. He'll buy some time right.
I'm not fast enough.
He'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well. And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time. And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner. A really big loss. After the sack on 1st down, Tua flushed out right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. You definitely would have liked to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Tua going to throw. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 39. This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there for the offense. They're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Let's go, baby.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And this would have been intercepted if he could have
come on.
He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. Here's Tua. Steps away. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. They turn it over. They had to go.
You threw it past everybody.
Time remaining, and the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now a give. Running left is Harris. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points...
Either roster I used isn't great.
Here,
and that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football. Low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
The defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
I don't know. You're a Cowboys fan too, right? No? Oh, okay.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New England Patriots. Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
He didn't get 2 feet in.
They've done some good work. They forced some completions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Dancing to his left.
Oh, my God. That was a free interception, and you were walking.
Because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Tua to throw again. Rolling to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kyle Van Noy. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's going to go down again. Matthew Judon in there to take him down. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their 1st drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Finding some room at midfield. The 40, 20, 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. So there, Charles, I mean,
Well, I was just aiming for
where it didn't matter
3 to
how
5
far
yards.
He had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone. Full connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On first down, Harris. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, it's Harris.
Damn it.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Shit.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football. Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
On first down, Tagovailoa escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matt Judon able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his
Judon
third
just
sack
keeps
of
getting
the
through him.
afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, he's going to let this one go deep. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kendrick Bourne.
I know the feeling.
56 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid,
Oh, shit.
because
I missed it.
you don't get extra
No?
kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie,
man.
that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Check 24, check 24.
Tua now on first down. On the move to his left. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Devin McCourty picks it off. And they will finally get to him, but
I figured.